Good morning. It is Tuesday, June the 15th with Heidi and Colette on First Local AM. That means we are officially halfway through June, right?
Yes.
It's 30 days, count your knuckles. Yeah, 30 days. So happy midway June, and it's almost summer.
Yeah.
This weekend is the official mark of summer, and as
So
I hear, Thursday's supposed to be in the hot weather, but until then, you need a cardigan this morning.
Nice.
It's kind of chilly.
Did we have the intro music? Because I didn't hear
Did
the
we?
intro music.
I know. Apparently we
Okay,
did.
well, you know, it's...
We didn't get to jive to it.
Yeah, you know, and it's kind of my cue to curtail any inappropriate conversation that we might be in the middle of.
Absolutely.
So...
Absolutely. Good point.
Yeah, so hopefully you didn't hear anything spicy.
One here, spicy, that Craig Huckerby, our weather specialist, has received yet another award.
Yes.
For his excellence in the documentary with, again, our producer Mike was involved, and Tammy, our beautiful... Have you ever watched Tammy that follows the show? Tammy was also involved, and you're on that show too. There's Craigers right there. He says he got this today, Best New Filmmaker, Canadian Diversity Film Festival in Toronto. So we just want to say congratulations, Craigers.
Yeah, that's...
so exciting, and a plethora of awards.
A plethora.
I'm going to say about 100, maybe even more.
Yeah, well, I think the last count was like at 106. So I don't know if this makes it 107. I saw Tammy had posted something else, and I mean it's become such a regular occurrence. This production is so decorated that it's just at this point that we're kind of like, oh, another award. Okay,
way to go, Craig. 115 awards.
115. So there you go.
Well, congratulations to Craig, Mike, and Tammy. All beautiful residents of Sault Ste. Marie with great knowledge. And speaking of great knowledge, before we throw to Father Nature for his update this week, or today, about this week.
Yeah.
That made no sense. Oh, I'm on my close-up. Good morning, everybody. Doug Ford's making an announcement today at 11 a.m. This is going to be a very important announcement. We will be throwing live to this here in the studio, so please join us for that this morning. He is with Rickford, who is the Minister of Indigenous... I'm looking for my papers, but I already know who Rickford is. He is the Minister of Indigenous Affairs. He is going to be... Doug Ford and the Minister will be making an announcement at 11 a.m. today with regards to residential schools throughout Ontario. I'm hoping it means they're checking every school as a lot of groups have been calling to the government to do across Canada. So I hope this means that Ford is starting that with Ontario.
And you know that this means I'm going to have to find another Doug Ford, because when I post content to the website, I really, for me, the most difficult part sometimes is finding just the right image to accompany the news item. So I now have a little file of Doug Ford, you know, emoting in various, what I feel he's feeling. So, you know, I think at this point, what do I have? Jubilant.
You have pensive.
I have pensive.
Yes.
I have concerned.
Yes.
I have excited. So
do we have jovial?
I think I do.
I think you do have jovial. So I don't know what we're going to go with today, but hoping that it's him just announcing that they are going to check all residential schools,
which would be completely appropriate.
Which we will think of an adjective to use toward that image. We are going to go to our man of excellence, Father Nature, Craig Huckerby.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And I'm afraid I don't have an award-winning forecast for you for the later on this week anyway. Today's going to be not bad. Sunny skies. Winds are light right now, but they will be picking up from the north, so it's going to feel a little cool out there, but no rain or cloud in the forecast for today. Let's take a look outside. This is what your day looks like right now, courtesy, not Heidi, but this is the St. Mary's River live cam, courtesy of Wireless Com and Carmen Biasucci, and thanks you very much, Carmen. So beautiful day today. Winds are light, as I said, but those winds will be picking up around 30 kilometers an hour later on this morning into our afternoon, so it's going to make it a little cooler out there with the wind. Let's take a look at your 12-hour forecast. This is what we look like for the rest of the day. We're going to lose those clouds. The little cloud we do have right now, we're going to lose. Temperatures right now around 12 degrees. We're hoping to hit 23 this afternoon. I think we should, with mainly sunny skies, and those sunny skies continue into the evening with half-decent temperatures. Again, those winds in the evening will make it feel a little less comfortable, but hey, it's still dry. I'll take a look at your 3-day forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you, award-winning weather specialist Craig Huckerby, for that forecast.
Yes.
Pensive. This is pensive. Yes, jovial. I didn't like that. That forecast did not make me jovial.
No.
Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the Jamestown update. We don't have much as by way of an update, but we are following up on that. And several other stories just had a concern for the viewers as well. I know that you wanted to talk, you received some messaging about, are we following up on stories?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, somebody did. Okay, so two things. Somebody, a concerned reader, maybe a viewer, I'm not sure, but they did send an email through to the newsroom yesterday just, requesting follow-up with regards to the very tragic hit and run that did result in a loss of life on Farewell Terrace, right by the Tim Hortons that is located there. So just to bring everybody onto the same page, in this moment we are actively following the story. There have been no updates further to what we had discussed when last we discussed it. The police are still trying to find the vehicle. They are, actively soliciting information from anybody who may have been a witness. So again, if you were witness to that terrible accident, please do come forward. Please do contact police with any information you may be able to share.
Absolutely.
Secondly, City Council met last night, and there has been a lot of significant discussion with regards to the proposed relocation of the bus terminal at Queen and Dennis. In this moment, there seems to have been, and I'm not willing to say it's because of any pushback or any letters that have been received from former mayors or any of that. What I will say is now they're looking at projecting some costs associated with building a new, like a new building on the existing site. Okay. So there's like a 2-week window during which projections will be made, plans will be considered, and the report will then go back to council, and we will provide more information as it becomes available. And we should have a little bit more information, according to Dan, within the next several days. So,
perfect. Yeah. I would love to, I'm going to wait till after the commercial to dive right into the next conversation with regards to...
Ooh, I'm excited.
It's a great announcement, and its announcement was made yesterday with regards to more funding brought down by both federal and provincial governments to our municipal government, which again, working in all 3 levels of government, is fantastic to see everyone working together, especially for the needs of our infrastructure here in Sault Ste. Marie, which infrastructure can be your roads, bridges, water mains, sewer water mains, new structures, fixing our current structures. She's giving me a look right now.
Well, she's so knowledgeable. She just flips it off like it's nothing. Well, she's like an infrastructure. It's like she's in my head because I was like, infrastructure. It's like one of those buzzwords that people say, like, I'm investing in infrastructure. Well, but then she trots out with exactly what it attaches to. You are...
Well, I kind of have 14 years of infrastructure government business before I had a life here in Sault Ste. Marie.
I get to sit next to her. Yes.
Aren't you lucky? But the big announcement is, and I will round it up for the sake of this conversation, is $500,000 was provided to Sault Ste. Marie from the federal and provincial governments combined with regards to infrastructure needs for the community. Now we're going to talk about what our Sault Ste. Marie Council would like to put that money towards. But again, I feel like I should wait till after the commercial break for that because it's 8:09. It's going to take me much longer than 1 minute. So do you have anything you want to wrap up before we do a commercial before I go to that rant when we come back? Okay.
The COVID numbers, we'll just go over those because there's really not too much to say, which is a good thing.
High five, but not high five because you can't high five.
Not even one new case reported since June the 11th. So rolling totals, then we have administered locally 148,866 tests, out of which we have confirmed 397 cases. We do currently have, and there has been since yesterday, a significant drop in the number of active cases. Okay, so yesterday I reported 8 active cases, with 1 being a non-Algoma resident. We have dropped to 5 active cases, with 1 of those being a non-Algoma resident. Still with that anomalous number in terms of the hospitalizations, we do have 3 people in hospital, 2 of whom are considered to be a non-Algoma resident, although we are only reporting 1 case that is...
The data.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, we're just going to move on because really I could talk about that a lot. We have resolved 393 cases, and we are now up to 110 cases that have screened positive for the variants of concern. Now, provincially, again, a great day yesterday. Yeah. Ontario is only reporting 447 new cases and 4 deaths. So again, you know, those numbers are staying nice and low, which is terrific. Health Minister Christine Elliott says that there are 110 new cases in Toronto, 61 in the Peel region and 56 in Waterloo, 39 new cases in Porcupine, and 29 in the Durham region. So yeah, I mean, things continue to trend in appropriate directions. Very encouraging, you know, with the rollout of the vaccinations becoming more and more comprehensive and building a significant momentum then.
Awesome.
I believe we're about to go to commercial.
We are. We're going to rip to a commercial break.
Fantastic.
When we come back, like I said, we're going to talk about this $500,000 infrastructure money and where it's going in the city. A cyclist was hit yesterday as well. We got a couple impaired charges and another robbery with a firearm and much, much more with Heidi and Colette. Come back after this brief but important commercial break.
Yes.
First Local, supported by Gary Chervinsky, Exit Realty, Lake Superior. Buying a home is a big decision, so is choosing the right agent. Call Gary Chervinsky, broker at Exit Realty, Lake Superior, 705-257-5432.
As much as we love the summer sun and the warmth it brings, too much of a good thing can be bad for your health. Extreme heat can be dangerous, especially for the elderly, the very young, those with chronic illnesses, and those who work outdoors. Prepare for the summer heat. Here are a few ways that you can stay healthy in the heat this summer. Check the forecast to know when to take extra care. Find a cool place like an air-conditioned location. Keep cool in the shade, like the shade of a tree. Make sure to drink plenty of water, especially if you're working outdoors or exercising outdoors. If you don't protect yourself from the heat, you could suffer from heat exhaustion or heat stroke. Find out more about how to stay healthy in the heat at canada.ca/health. A message from the Government of Canada.
Got the music.
Good morning
now.
and welcome back. We heard the music that time, so any inappropriate discussion was silenced.
Yes.
You know, when we heard the music. So
We're not inappropriate.
No, we are completely appropriate.
Very much
most
so.
of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Now, should we get a little inappropriate and talk about allocation of funds to the city, shall we? Oh, please let me get this out. Okay. So, yesterday, we received an email saying that the governments of Canada and Ontario are providing the city of Sault Ste. Marie with, and you know how much I love then when they don't round numbers to an even. We got $429,423. Just bump it up, do $430,000. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. This is going through the COVID-19 resilience infrastructure stream, and the city of Sault Ste. Marie will be using the federal and provincial funding to improve access and to modify upgrades to the entrance of the city's civic center.
Oh, look at newly resurfaced too. Look at that. How beautiful.
Now, it goes on to say that the health and well-being of Canadians are top priorities for the governments of Canada and Ontario, and that's why they came up with this funding, right? Communities across Ontario are on the front lines of COVID-19 pandemic and need immediate assistance to ensure their municipal and community infrastructure is safe and reliable. I buy into that 100%. So, allocation of funds. I'll just say it again. The City of Sault Ste. Marie will be using the federal and provincial funding to improve access and to modify and upgrade the entrance to the city's civic center. Okay.
It's very important. I mean, the roads are in great condition. So,
Oh, yes.
I mean, right away,
yes.
like.
There's no infrastructure needing to be maintained or updated at all
wait a
for the
minute.
city unless it's the civic center entranceway. Right?
Our road, but you didn't mention roads in your definition of infrastructure, so maybe I'm.
You are
I'm ignorant.
100% correct that roads are a major part of the infrastructure. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because 17B is being upgraded.
It is,
Right,
yes.
because it's got some problems. Okay.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of digging because I know that we've discussed the Civic Center and the
Yes,
cost
we
to
have.
reface the Civic Center. So let's just go back to December the 3rd where we reported that it was $1.3 million is the growing total of cost overruns for the project. To Dan Gray posting something on March the 8th saying local company awarded $210,000 for Civic Center upgrade.
Okay.
So we put a lot, and that was through Tulloch Engineering. So, I mean, there's been a lot of money pumping towards the Civic Center, which, yes, looks lovely and beautiful on our waterfront.
Yes.
100% agree.
Oh, yes.
Now there's another $500,000 going towards the entranceway to the Civic Center for infrastructure needs for this community from the COVID-19 money.
Yeah, well.
And I will leave my sarcasm and wit into my eyes and I'll let you read between the lines.
I guess, given that, we've just come out of a stay-at-home and everything, I guess I'd just be wondering, like, what's the foot traffic like at the Civic Center right now?
know.
Like, that
really
these
don't
funds
know.
would be allocated to something so very specific to one area when, to my way of thinking, and I am not a politician by any stretch of the imagination,
Well-
what I would question, though, is whether or not the funds could have been allocated.
Well, that's where I'm going with
Yeah,
this 100% by reading between the lines and
Sure.
my being a little bit sarcastic
Oh, yeah,
here.
well,
But
devil's advocate.
that number came from 343,000 came from the federal government,
Okay.
leaving 85,000 coming from the provincial government. Now, Christian Provenzano did make a statement. He said he wanted to recognize the governments of Canada and Ontario for their collaboration to support our city. Throughout the pandemic, the city has continued to prioritize the health and well-being of the community members during the provision of municipal services. And this funding will help ensure residents have access to the Civic Center along with the city staff and services. Signed, Mayor Christian Provenzano.
So Colette, like
Yeah.
this is your background.
Yes.
So I want to ask you a few questions.
Fire away, baby.
I guess my question would be, now having worked in not-for-profit, I know that when you get funding of really any amount, you are accountable. You have to submit proposals, you have to outline what your intentions are with this money, and then you have to follow it and submit typically some reports. Does the government, does our municipality have to say, hey, thanks for the money, this is what we're going to do with it?
Yeah, they definitely do have to decide whether, I just don't know where they came up with or where, if there was in city council agenda or where this, because if the money was put out and then all of a sudden we've already allocated those funds to this infrastructure.
Like, you know what
need
I'm
of an
asking,
entranceway.
yeah.
They do need to. They also, as far as I know.
I just wonder
have to
who
put
approved the project, at the funding level, like who said, yeah, let's fix those steps.
I'm not too sure when the three levels of government are together, but I'm sure it had to go through council at some point. And
Well, we
or
know
it
we're-
will be going through council, perhaps.
Yep.
Maybe it hasn't done that already, but this is where they want to allocate those funds. I do know they have to put an RFP out to make things make things even, Steven, across the board and
Right,
be
for the company,
transparent.
sure.
So an RFP would have to go out to a construction firm or engineering firm who's going to do this project.
Anyway,
But I'm
just,
sure
yeah.
we'll find out some more, but
Just curious.
just wanted to share
you know?
where $500,000 of your infrastructure dollars for the city from the federal and provincial government are going on this
Yep.
fine Tuesday morning. But we do have more news. We should move on.
Certainly. Okay. So just to kind of remind everyone that yesterday there was a significant police presence in Jamestown.
Yes.
In the area of Portage Lane at the end of West Street, okay? So the police did share with us that they are investigating the death of a female, and the scene had been secured. Officers, obviously are conducting an active investigation, and once again, anyone who has any information with regards to this incident, please do contact Sergeant Mark Doobie at 949-6300 at extension 114.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it was quite the scene yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
So there was a man charged with robbery with a firearm on June the 12th, and we have some information about that. This is 25-year-old Dylan Daigle with robbery and firearm. I said is the charges at around 11:20 p.m. on June the 12th. Officers responded to a call for service in the business of 300 block of McNabb Street. It is then alleged that two men attended the business, threatened a victim with a handgun, stole a large box of chips worth approximately $64, and left the area on foot. Officers located a man in the area of Lansdowne Avenue and was arrested. A subsequent search found the accused to be in possession of items stolen from this business. He is charged with robbery with a firearm, possession of a weapon for dangerous purpose, a few more things. He was held for wash court. Heidi, wash me. Weekend and statutory holidays. There you go.
Yep.
What are you giggling at, friend?
Well, okay, so suppose you were going to do an armed robbery. Are you really, is a big box of chips, that's your heat score? Like, come on. They found, I was just going to say, they found him in possession of the weapon, you know, and what was left of his booty. Like, rawr, rawr, I've eaten my chips, arg, nar. Nah, you can't prove it if I've eaten it. Well, what chips? Okay, sorry, I
chips
shouldn't
are
make
delicious.
light. It is, what he did was wrong, regardless
Absolutely.
of what he took, and you don't menace people with weapons.
No, you don't. But you also don't,
If he had just menaced the chips.
perhaps you have something there. On June the 12th, again, there was a busy day that day. Patrol services charged 29-year-old Jesse Coolis with impaired driving at around 5 o'clock in the morning. Officers responded to a call of a possible impaired driver on the 400 block of Bruce Street.
Okay.
Upon arrival and speaking with the accused, officers developed grounds to believe his ability to operate a motor vehicle was not a good one. He was arrested and later provided a breath sample into a registered device and registered 2 failed results. He is charged with impaired driving. He's scheduled to appear in court on July 26th. He was released on appearance notice.
Okay.
Over to you.
Okay. I was waiting to see if they'd administered a drug
I was waiting,
recognizance.
to which he performed
Poorly.
Yes.
Okay.
You know the lingo.
What? Okay, so you know what? We have more news coming up for you, but first, we're going to send you to commercial for a word from our worthy sponsors.
Excellent. Beautiful.
First Local, supported by James Seaton, Mortgage Specialist. Your new home doesn't come with mortgage advice. I do. Call James Seaton Mortgage Specialist, RBC 705-975-1519.
Is going to a party really worth it? Putting yourself at risk puts everyone at risk. Help limit the spread of COVID-19.
Always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind.
Good morning and welcome back to First Local Mornings with Heidi and Colette. En français, on dit Colette.
Je suis Colette.
You know, you got to have your tongue right there. It's Colette.
Colette.
All right.
I love it.
We wanted to remind you.
Yes, quick reminder that 11 a.m. this morning, you're going to join me on TV because we have got news this hour at the top of every hour. Because I'm going to be throwing to our lovely Premier, who's going to be with Greg Rickford, who's the Minister of Indigenous Affairs, and making an announcement with regards to residential schools and their burial sites.
Yes.
We need to, hoping that means we're checking them all in Ontario. But first of all, let's check the weather.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Looks like we're in for a pretty nice day today, though it might be a little on the cool side because we do have some northwest winds to deal with. But skywise, we're not dealing with really anything. No precipitation today. We do have a little bit of a stray cloud working its way through. Other than that, we're going to be left with a beautiful sunny day today. Temperatures pretty much where they should be, around 22, 23 degrees here in the Sault, 19 in Wawa, a little cool in Timmins at 17 degrees, but under mainly sunny skies for the entire area for today. As far as the systems go, this is what our story is. We had that cold front come through yesterday, give us a little bit of scattered showers around 3 to 5 o'clock yesterday. We have high pressure in the area today, but we're picking up that northerly flow today, so that's why we're going to see that northerly wind pretty much make it all day long. It's not going to be very windy, just breezy. As far as the rest of the week goes, we are watching this boundary right here because this is going to change our weather come Thursday and Friday. This is what we look like, though, for the next 3 days. For today, we're going to lose that cloud and be mainly sunny. Temperatures 22 to 23 degrees. 23 for our high tomorrow. Same story, sunny skies. Northerly winds, so it's going to feel a little cooler. And Thursday, we see a warm front coming through. Temperature is going to boost up to 26, 27, but it's also going to give us a chance of showers. And then we're going to start seeing a cold front come through for Friday, dropping our temperatures maybe to 13 degrees for our high. So we'll have to watch that for you. That's your weather right now. I'll be back at the end of the show with an update. Right now, let's send it back to Colette and Heidi.
Good morning and welcome back. You are back in the studio with Colette and Heidi.
I thought you were going to say back in the saddle. Back in the saddle.
Here at First Local Mornings on TV, Online News Network.
Yes, girl. Yeah. You have a story you want to update everyone on this morning? It's all yours.
Okay, so hearkening back to June 12th, which was, I believe, Saturday. Yes, Saturday. Because today's the 15th,
you are
so yes.
correct.
So on Saturday, shortly after 3 in the afternoon, members from the Sault Ste. Marie Detachment of the Ontario Provincial Police, they did respond to a domestic disturbance that had occurred the night before at a seasonal residence on Wakamata Lake, which is just off of Highway 29, which is north of Thessalon, technically Casson Township. So investigation determined that a couple had gone camping, an argument ensued that escalated to one of the parties being physically assaulted, unfortunately. So as a result, a 57-year-old from Laird Township was arrested at approximately 4 p.m. on June 12th, charged with assault spousal contrary to Section 266 of the Criminal Code. The accused is scheduled to appear before the Ontario Court of Justice in Sault Ste. Marie on July the 4th.
Okay, thank you. So we've had a lot of restrictions lifted. I did hear through the grapevine that by July 2nd, perhaps we might be into that next stage full on.
Ooh.
But don't hold me to that. It's just a little.
Would that be, so where would that be within the 21-day countdown? So if everything launched on Friday, which was the 11th, so 21 days then, so
21,
February,
30.
March, April, May,
you've got 30 days in June, so they want.
So 19 days would bring us to July 1st.
Right, but
so
obviously
still,
with the holiday, right? So July 2nd.
So still within the 21-day window, really.
Yeah. But I think
But still, when you say it like that, it's exciting.
I know, right? I think what they're trying to do is just make sure, the holiday weekend, Canada Long Day, Canada Day weekend is not going to be explosive, so they're going to wait.
Right.
But anyways, in keeping on with that theme, Ontario is lifting interprovincial border travel restrictions with Quebec and Manitoba this Wednesday, tomorrow.
Yes.
Which would be Hump Day. The Ford government announced this yesterday. It will lift land and water border restrictions, allowing for interprovincial travel between Quebec and Manitoba. Solicitor General Sylvia Jones says the order will expire at 12:01 a.m. on Wednesday.
Okay.
And those entering Ontario must continue to follow the public health measures in place within the province. The province, as we know, is currently in step 1 of its reopening plan, with officials eyeing July 2nd to begin step 2. There's so much you can do. Quebec's government further relaxed restrictions in Gatineau and Western Canada. Quebec today. Anyways, cases have dropped in Manitoba.
Yep.
So, although it was a pain in the buttocks, it worked.
I mean, who would ever have thought that like New Kids on the Block would have been so prophetic with their song? Like, you know.
Me and you.
Well,
You
of
and
course,
I.
of course. I mean, of course. But I mean, like, even when you think of the lyrics, like, you know, step one, you know, we can have lots of fun. Step two, there's so much we can do.
Step 3.
It's just you and me, right? So,
And step 4, baby.
New Kids on the Block. Pop band from the 80s or Prophets. Just saying. All right. General reminder to the public, motorists and cyclists, please be aware of each other. Yesterday, unfortunately, at about 11:45, emergency services were called to assist a cyclist who had been struck. And this happened at, you know, the part of East Street where it curves into Wellington.
Yeah.
Yeah, police and paramedics could be seen speaking with witnesses to the collision, resulting of close in a temporary closure of the westbound lane of Wellington Street East while the investigation was being conducted. So please be careful, share the road as best you can, be very conscious of one another. And we're going to go to another commercial.
Yeah, actually, but before we do, I just
Yes.
wanted to mention that yesterday we're talking about Mr. Nathaniel Veltman, who was the individual responsible for killing the a family of, well, 5, but killing 4, and the Little Boy Stone Hospital.
Okay.
Out of court yesterday, he was finally, last week it got pushed back to yesterday. Prosecutors have now laid terrorism charges against this man, accused of driving down and killing the 4 members. The Crown says that Nathaniel Veltman's 4 counts of first-degree murder constitute an act of terrorism, and prosecutors have upgraded those charges under the Criminal Code. Veltman also faces 1 count of attempted murder. The upgraded charges were laid as Veltman made his brief court appearance this morning via video. Or that was yesterday morning, not this morning. So just wanted to share that with you.
Yes.
We are going to flip to a commercial break. When we get back, we're going to talk about how Indigenous people can now reclaim traditional names on their passports.
Okay.
Who attended residential schooling. We'll get more into that. Again, that might, Ford speaking at 11 a.m. with regards to residential school burial grounds throughout the province. And the Sioux Thunderbirds are putting on a development camp that we want to talk about as well. So, oh my goodness, come back and like, follow, share. We'll be right back.
Factoid.
Factoid.
First Local. Supported by Maker North. 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes.
It's always close by. You carry it with you. It follows you everywhere. Loss is something that never leaves you. Too many Canadians have to live with the impact of losing a loved one or knowing they're injured for life because of impaired driving. You can help. Donate $45 today to support victims of impaired driving. No alcohol, no drugs, no victims. A message from MAD Canada.
Good morning and welcome back to First Local Mornings with Heidi and Colette.
Good morning. It is Tuesday.
Yay, it is Tuesday. Like I said, I mean, you know, the high point of Tuesday for me is just acknowledging that I made it through Monday.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. So, I am going to regale you with a factoid.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I love not knowing what they are now. I don't look
Okay.
because I like to be surprised.
June 15th,
Okay.
2016.
Okay.
Led Zeppelin's guitarist Jimmy Page denied stealing the riff to Stairway to Heaven.
I knew it was a riff that you
iconic
did.
song. When he took the stand at a copyright trial in the US, okay? So the band was actually accused of lifting the opening guitar line from Taurus, which was a 1968 track by the band Spirit. Now, Page testified that he had never heard the song until people started posting comparisons online a few years ago. So Page admitted to owning several Spirit albums, but only remembered buying 2 of them, neither of which contained Taurus, which was the song in question. So under questioning, he conceded that he did own a copy of the band's self-titled debut on which the track does appear, but could not recall how it came to be a part of his collection.
Yeah, I don't know how. Unknown.
I don't know. It's unknown. I don't know. Like, yeah, sure, it's there. I got it. I don't know how I got it. Like, meh.
Stairway to Heaven.
That's right.
Ever do a, little 7 minutes of heaven?
Well, all I remember of Stairway to Heaven is you'd be at the high school dance. You just wanted to make sure you were dancing with somebody you wanted to be dancing with.
Absolutely.
It's a long song.
Absolutely. Yeah, those
That
hands are
awkward
sliding
part
down
where
to
it
the
speeds up and you're kind of like,
Yeah, oh God,
no,
oh
no,
God.
no, no. Okay, yeah.
And then
Okay.
hands are sliding down. Okay, what are we doing?
Couple of reminders. Well,
Remind
one
me.
reminder and then a little story.
Okay.
Third line is closed to commuters for the next few days, okay? This has been referenced by signs in the area for the past week or so. It did go into effect yesterday, and it does affect third line between Industrial Park Crescent and Great Northern Road. The closure is expected to end and the road to be reopened by Thursday, okay?
That's not bad.
All right, so we're going to hop
Not
over.
bad,
No,
not
not
bad.
bad. Meh. I mean, considering, we're coming into prime road construction season, not that any money's been
I
allocated
was
to that.
just
But
going to say that. God, we're so connected.
anyway, let's go into social media.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I hear we have got a cartoon though.
Yeah,
Why
I
don't we
know.
show that?
Our
what's going on?
producer is very busy.
Yes. So this is Anime Heidi.
Yeah, there we go.
Wonderful.
So there I am.
I think
Look
you
at
look
me.
beautiful.
I am a Disney
You're
character.
frozen. You're frozen.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Okay. Now.
Well, sure, because you can't do one
do I
without
get
the
one
other.
too?
Yeah.
Excellent. This is my anime, Colette. Hopefully that's coming. This isn't it. Oh, okay. Well, I have
Oh,
a very
yours
weird
is
looking
so
head
cute.
there.
I
No, I'm just
love
kidding.
it.
Oh, wow.
Aw.
Thank you, Michael, for making those for us.
Yes.
And beautiful. Well, there we are in our anime.
Okay, well, let's see what's happening in social media.
All
2
right.
days in a row, Enica beats everybody to the punch. Good morning, all, with 4 exclamation points. We've got a cup of coffee, a cookie, a smiley, and a nice, lovely heart. Good morning to you, Enica. Eat those cookies for me.
And me.
Margaret McKaig. Good morning, all. Well, good morning to you, Margaret. Steve Childs, GMA. Good morning, all. Good morning to you, sir. Giselle Tchaikovsky. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Giselle. Thank you for
Dear.
Thank you, Giselle, for being wonderful and sending some personal items for me. Thank you very much. She's just a very
yes.
sweetheart. She took care of me.
Vino Humalamaki. Good morning. Good morning to you. And Judy Varco rounds out the first segment of social media. Good morning, ladies. I look forward to seeing you both each weekday morning. Love how you can make an okay morning into a sunshine one. Thank you and have an awesome day. Thank you, Judy. What would I do without
I
you?
don't
Oh my
know.
gosh.
I really. Are you available on Saturday and Sunday, Judy, if we give you a call? Because you're a damn great ego boost. No, we appreciate those kind words.
No,
Thank
for
you.
sure. Thank you very much for
Absolutely.
watching and thank you for the feedback.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, well, I just want to bite into a story, but Indigenous people can now, it sounds so silly saying this because it should not have been this, right?
Yeah.
Indigenous people can now reclaim traditional names on their passports and other ID. Yesterday, the federal government of Canada announced that Indigenous people can apply to reclaim their traditional names onto their any government identification and passport, such as a passport. The announcement comes in response to a call to action from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that demanded governments allow survivors and their families to restore names changed by the residential school system. Indigenous Services Minister Mark Miller says the announcement applies to all individuals of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis background, potentially affecting hundreds of documents. Citizenship Minister Marco Mendicino, perhaps if you're Italian, and he's a great, and also a very good minister, by the way.
Yes.
Says all fees will be waived for the process. I would imagine it absolutely should be, which pertains to passport, citizenship certificates, and permanent resident cards. The move comes 6 years after the Truth and Reconciliation Commission made the recommendation and follows last month's horrific news. And again, reminding you, Ford, 11 a.m. with the Indigenous Affairs Minister to make an announcement with regards to residential school burial sites in Ontario.
Okay.
Over to you before we go through to a commercial.
All right. Well, I want to talk a little bit about a program that's returning and set to launch July 5th or relaunch July 5th. Every Breakfast Counts is a very worthy program that is seeking donations and to support their future efforts. So, the programming will begin on July 5th, will run for roughly 8 weeks with a target delivery of 1,000 meals weekly. So they include like nutritious food items, like you've got like cheese, fresh fruit, vegetables, milk, bread, and these items do get distributed free of charge through Algoma Family Services Student Nutrition Program, United Way Harvest Algoma, Child Care Algoma, Early On Child and Family Centers, Sault Ste. Marie District Social Services Community Hubs, as well as the Indigenous Friendship Center. So all staff and volunteers, of course, are following public health recommendations to ensure that the meals, the foods are packaged and prepared in a very safe manner. So anybody who is able to make a donation to support future operations, you know, whether you're just making a contribution or you're able to make a financial contribution, you are asked to do so through the Algoma Family Services Foundation. And it's a very long link. However, it is posted to our website. Select Every Breakfast Counts, because when you do go to canadahelps.org, there are a number of items that you can contribute to, but you want to make sure you're selecting Every Breakfast Counts.
That's awesome. Congratulations to everybody who's involved with that project. We're going to throw to commercial. When we come back, we're going to hit up Mr. Lisa McLeod, who was pretty busy yesterday. She is the Minister of Heritage, Sport, Tourism, and Culture, and under that portfolio means CFL is starting and means that she's opening a roadmap to support return to play for recreational sports and professional sports. So make sure you come right back with more Heidi and Colette and some more factoids and just some more awesomeness. We'll be right back.
First Local, supported by YDoc Detailing. Call YDoc Detailing at 249-356-6688 to book an appointment for detailing or paint correction services today.
Let's see. So, kidney is a... These are my grandpa's kidney stones. They're very precious. Kidney is a bone in your back that helps you turn. I don't know, to be honest.
They don't know kidneys are vital, do you? Get the facts at kidney.ca.
You don't need a media monkey to make healthy choices. Think for yourself. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
Welcome back. Here we are on this Tuesday, June the 15th, which is the halfway point to the end of this month already. The summer is starting officially this weekend. So I do feel that we will go to Craig for him to tell us something fantastic for this weekend, although I do hear that Thursday is going to be a very warm day. Okay, so, okay. Well, welcome and everybody, and, you know, I hope you have a great day today, but let's start off by talking about Lisa McLeod, who again is the Minister of Heritage, Sport, Tourism, Culture. Yesterday she released a new framework, and this just popped out of my ear for no reason. New framework supporting return to play for select professional and elite amateur sport athletes. The Government of Ontario released its framework for select Ontario professional athletes. Details were provided by this lady right here, Minister McLeod. A small number of professional and elite amateur sport leagues and events will be able to return to play under stringent public health and safety protocols developed in consultation with, obviously, our officers of health throughout the province. This is in advance of the border return to play roadmap. I guess, that Montreal Canadiens team needs to travel, not the Toronto Maple Leafs. They had to allow that to happen for professional teams, which will allow sport and recreation to resume in incremental steps. This is to do with any sport that's hosted by National Sports Organization, NSO, that is either funded by Sport Canada or recognized by the Olympic Committee. And as we know, the Olympics are coming up as well, so there's that to look forward to. So that is posted to our site, and we'll get into a little bit CFL shortly, which is the Canadian Football League.
Yes. Yeah.
So
again, there's been a lot of investment, specifically at the provincial level, but certainly the federal government has been making contributions as well. Most notably, I wanted to talk for a moment about how the provincial government has invested $5 million over the next 2 years to enhance services and supports that are available to victims of intimate partner violence and human trafficking through the new Victim Support Grant program. So this is a grant that's intended to help police and communities improve services to help meet the victims' needs. So all municipal and First Nations police services, as well as the OPP, can apply for funding through the VSG program. Some of the areas in which the grant money can be used to support projects and initiative, including, developing multi-sectoral teams to support specialized intervention in suspected instances of intimate partner violence and human trafficking, setting up collaborative community initiatives to build local capacity to support victims and survivors, supporting initiatives that are survivor-led and or meaningful collaboration and involvement of individuals with lived experience. And a number of other initiatives are eligible under this grant. So I do encourage people to please do go and take a look. It is posted to our website for the full details on how this program is going to be used to support victims and survivors of these crimes.
Great. The government, both provincial and federal government, have made some significant steps in the, in the right direction for a lot of areas of concern and disgust, actually, if you're talking about human trafficking. Over to the CFL, the Canadian Football League. I know many of you are not CFL fans. There are several different rule variations from the NFL. Everybody might prefer the NFL. You get paid a little bit more. But I am a big supporter of the CFL. I am a Hamiltonian, born and raised, proud, will always be a Hamilton Tiger Cat fan. And by the way, the Grey Cup, which is the final, Grey Cup final, will be held in Hamilton this year in December 12th. So that's pretty damn exciting. We had Ivor Winter Stadium is the home of the Ticats and was remade a couple of years ago. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I just had to plug my city. The leagues did, the CFL yesterday said the league's Board of Governors had voted unanimously in favor of an amended collective bargaining agreement starting the 21 campaign on August the 5th. The 2020 CFL league did not go well, that doesn't make sense. 2020's league did not run due to COVID-19. That's proper English. The CFL said it would release a 2021 schedule today, so we look forward to that. And hoping that means that camp will be scheduled to begin on July the 10th. Back in November, the CFL did put out a full 18-game season that was to start this June. But that was later pushed back to early August. And the number of games now will be reduced to 14. And like I said, the Grey Cup game will be scheduled to take place in a beautiful city of Hamilton, Ontario on December 12th. So, Lisa,
do we know who's playing? Not who's playing, but the music. Do we know who's... Oh, God. Leave it to me to ask the hard questions. I'm always ready to get in there.
I don't
know. But we're not ready to watch me talk, so we'll just move on.
I don't know who would be playing at the Grey Cup.
No, it's okay. I'm done.
Okay. Well, you can't be done because now it's over to you. So don't be done.
Okay. So many people are familiar with, he's a very prominent businessman. At one time, a member of the original cast of The Dragon's Den, Kevin O'Leary. His wife did get into an accident. So a trial was set to begin yesterday for Linda O'Leary, who is Kevin O'Leary's wife. She is charged in a boat crash that killed 2 people. The collision, which took place on Lake Joseph, which is north of Toronto, on the night of August 24th, 2019, also left 3 people injured. So she is facing 1 charge of careless operation of a vessel under the Canada Shipping Act. Her lawyer has previously said she is a cautious and experienced boater. And it's interesting, it's got like the air quotes around cautious and experienced boater, and described the incident as a terrible tragedy, which certainly everybody can agree. Brian Greenspan is her lawyer, and you were saying he's very prominent. So Brian Greenspan has said at the time that his client broke her foot in the crash and needed surgery as a result. So Gary Poltish, 64, from Florida, died at the scene, while Susanna Brito, 48, from Uxbridge, Ontario, died in hospital a few days later. The operator of the other boat, Richard Ruh, of Orchard Park, New York, was also charged in the incident. He faced 1 count of failing to exhibit a navigation light while underway. So the trial is actually being held in Parry Sound, Ontario, and is accessible by video conference. Very serious.
Very, very serious. But let me tell you, their lawyer, Brian Greenspan, they lawyered up. That's for sure.
Is that right, eh?
Yeah. If you've got the money, that's your lawyer. Okay, Sault Thunderbirds, thanks to Matt Stefanos for always keeping us updated, informed, and just want to spread the good news about the Sault Thunderbirds development camp will take place on August 6th to 8th at the Rhodes Community Center. So contact Jamie Henderson to register. Everybody knows Jamie, I'm sure, but you can reach him at jhendersongm@outlook.com.
Okay, good.
Anything else, my friend?
Well, I don't know, I've got this voice in my ear suggesting it's time for another word from our commercial.
Okay.
Yep, okay. So come back, stay tuned. More factoid, more social media, and I actually have a story that I'm quite excited to bring to you. So
Kelties, we'll be right back.
705 Sports, supported by James Seaton, Mortgage Specialist. Your new home doesn't come with mortgage advice. I do. Call James Seaton Mortgage Specialist, RBC 705-975-1519.
Is going to a party really worth it? Putting yourself at risk puts everyone at risk. Help limit the spread of COVID-19.
welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Kata.
So, I'm so excited because now it's kind of like, it's me. So I'm going to do my final factoid. Well, you said it's all me. So
yes.
I'm kind of Heidi on the spot right now. So
like Johnny?
Well, exactly, except Heidi, right? I mean, ends in the same sound, but the letters before that are completely different. So,
well, middle name.
Yeah. Well, yes.
See?
My middle name is John. For those of
There
you
you
who
go.
don't know. So
That's
yeah,
right.
Johnny on the spot. Here she
Yes,
is.
yeah, I did that. I did
meh.
that.
Jon for those of you who are wondering. Anyway. Factoid numero 2.
Okay.
All right. June 15th, 1991.
Okay.
MC Hammer.
Oh my God, come on.
Kicks off his Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em world tour in Louisville, Kentucky. Look at him. I haven't seen his face since 1991.
I was going to say last week when you YouTubed him, don't lie.
About 70 people who perform various duties on stage are in the entourage. Now, Rolling Stones reports that Hammer is a taskmaster, fining dancers for missing steps and insisting that everybody go to their hotel rooms directly after the show.
Oh, wow.
Do not stop for refreshment. Do not stop to celebrate. You can order in room service. You're not going anywhere. You go home. You go to bed.
Nice. It's hammer time, all right.
That's right.
Hammer time.
I wonder if he sang them to sleep.
I don't know. Hammer
Anyway.
time. Hammer time.
Okay, so we'll go back into social media.
Oh, we have to hit a Craigers again? Okay.
Well, let's get a little bit more weather so that I know, what I'm coming out of the show and stepping into, although I'm probably not even on the right page as to what he's going to show us. Over to you, Craig.
You'll be stepping out to sunshine and some cool temperatures around 13 degrees right now. Winds are west at 6. They're going to switch to the northwest and increase to about 30 kilometers an hour later this morning into our afternoon and evening. But other than that, we're going to be dry and cloudless for today. We'll take a look at the recap of your 12-hour forecast. Again, we're going to lose it while we've lost the clouds. We're just going to see sun for the next 12 hours. Temperature's not bad. We're hoping to hit 23. We could bottom out at about 19 degrees today, but let's hold on and wait till 5 o'clock. We are looking at a turbulent week next week as we increase our temperatures back to summer-like values. We have several thunderstorms in development, and one of them could be big, so we'll keep an eye on that for you, and more on that coming up at 5 o'clock. Back to you guys.
Well, thanks for that, Craig. Before I go home to resume the daily battle with my 6-year-old to get her online, to do her online learning, it's nice to know that the sun will shine on me until such time as I have to engage.
Excellent.
A reminder that we do also now have an email address, which is right here on the screen on TV, firstlocal@gmail.com. Send us your information. If you got a factoid that you'd like me to talk about, I welcome that.
Yeah,
Pictures, pictures,
Sally's.
Events, anything.
Celebration.
Sure.
Make sure the G-rated there, kids. Though. Make sure the G-rated. Hey, the Arch 50/50 draw is at $10,000 right now. I just checking
Are you sure it was $9,999?
$10,922.
Oh,
so support Arch.
Okay, yes.
Support Arch. Go to our website. Click on that banner. Support Arch because, well, they're fantastic there, and they deserve every bit that we can raise for them.
Very excited to be talking to Lisa Vizot-Allen, founder of Grocer for Good. This week on Thursday, I will be talking to her about, the significant accomplishments she's made through Grocer for Good as a development ability center. So that'll happen on Thursday, so we can look forward to that.
Yep.
There is also another local entrepreneur who's entered into a competition, but is using that as a platform to support other businesses through his participation in this.
Awesome.
So I'm going to be attempting to schedule an interview with one Chris Muncaster, but we'll certainly be putting forward the information.
Okay, well, how about some more social
media?
Social media.
Okay. Marilyn Trumbull says, good morning, beautiful ladies, and everyone else, 4 exclamation points. I hope y'all have a wonderful sunny day. Here it comes. The sun coming up between 2 great huge tracts of land.
Thanks.
2 cups of coffee, a sunshine, 2 bouquets, and a taco.
A Taco Tuesday!
All right. Now, Steve Childs. Okay, you got your pen ready?
Okay, I got my pen. Let's go. You can't stump us.
I don't know. DFT. BY. LMT. Space.
Oh, God.
We got H. We've got the horns. We've got, what do you call those things at the lottery? The jackpot slot machine, yes. And then a GL.
Oh, no.
So something good luck.
Yeah, okay.
All
right, everybody, you can see it there too. Chip in. We need your help.
Carl Gray. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Wishing
Mr.
everyone
Gray.
a happy, healthy summer day.
Excellent.
Cindy Mancini. Well, to you as well, Carl. You watch regularly.
I know.
It's very kind of you, and
sure.
I look forward to your messages. So thank you. Cindy Mancini Bromley. Good morning, ladies, and everyone else. Hope you all have a fantastic day with the little smiley and the sunshine. Debbie Clayton. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Debbie Doucette. Have a wonderful day, everyone, with a smattering of emojis,
Awesome.
you know, kisses and hearts and
nice.
celebrations. Thank you. Dan Gray says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dan.
Mr. Gray.
And Kimberly says, I'm here.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hello, Kimberly. Kimberly is back in
see
the
you
office this week.
Oh,
So
okay.
yes.
Congratulations.
How's that going for you? I'm sure you're happy to be back. I know that Kim missed the interaction with her,
Yeah, I think a lot of
with her
people-
coworkers and just
Yeah.
that return to routines. So
Oh, good. That's good news.
So
Have a good
30
day, Kim.
seconds left of show, which leaves me just enough time to tell you that Massey Hall, as
Yeah.
a very historic musical venue in Toronto, has announced
Absolutely.
it's reopening in November. They will be reopening with Gordon Lightfoot, who is
Ooh,
a very exciting performer for me,
absolutely.
as well as Buffy St. Marie, Broken Social Scene. So it's been renovated.
Nice.
The lineup is available on their website. Very exciting stuff.
Awesome. We'll see you at 11 a.m. with Ford and the Premier Ford and Minister of Indigenous Affairs to make an
Yes.
announcement about residential school burial
Yes.
sites across the province. Please
Very
join me at 11
important.
and enjoy your morning until then. Thanks for being with us today.